Hey everyone, it's Anya. Welcome back to my channel. I have my weekly empties video for you today, and you may be noticing a little something different, and also my camera may be having a hard time white balancing it, but there is no color on my head. My sister gifted me a few boxes of hair color after having her hair colored like this cherry cocoa color, cherry cola, same. And I have been red before. I've been burgundy, I've been copper, but for like the last few years I had gone to like a more cool toned mocha color, and I was really tired of my sparkle strands, so I've gone cherry cola. I'm so here for it though, so I don't know. This portion of my hair is still like the same, it's still the same level. We just have a lot of red going on in the roots, so I'm totally fine with it. But that is neither here nor there. We are here to talk about my empties, so let's get into this basket so we can talk about what I've been melting. So, no bones day. All I got out is a little lip color, but I've got no eye makeup because I just don't want to. So this is what we're looking at right now. Let me get a few of my parcels out of here. Oh, I've got some good ones, you guys. Okay. Okay, we're gonna jump into the parcels. I melted 6 squares here of Easter Parade out here in the living room. And this is notes of ruby red grapefruit, sugar, orange citrus, and whipped cream. This is like the most beautiful grapefruit scent. So glad I was perfectly swayed by Charity Rose to try this out. This is like sunshine in a bag. You have to like citrus to enjoy this, but this was such a beast. 6 cubes out here in the living area in my Scentsy warmers, and you could smell it from the corner. So I would highly recommend Easter Parade. Absolutely delicious. From Teddy Bees, I melted a little bit more here of the Red Wedding out here in the living room. This is toasted vanilla, strawberry cream, rose macarons, woodsy musk, dark berries, and white woods. I freaking love this. And this worked very well for me out here in my living room in Scentsy warmers. And I don't remember if I used tea lights for this, but I'm very happy that it worked out here. Now I will be squirreling away the rest of this until it gets offered again. So this will be going back in my Teddy Bees basket underneath my bed. But this was so pretty out here in the living room. It was perfect for spring, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. From Second and Spruce, was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before that. I melted half of my mini loaf here and spilled the tea. So we have a mix of black and white teas, grapefruit, hints of lemon zest, and sandalwood. Absolutely stunning. And it was throwing, I had my window open, that window, which is currently open. I had that open, and we had kind of like a little bit of a cold snap, but not too bad to where I was allowing the fresh air in, which is probably stupid hindsight because of all the pollen. But this was wafting in the air. I had put this in my kitchen as well as 5 warmers out here in the living room. So these are like 5 ounces, so 2.5, which is the same amount as a clamshell. And it was so good. Something about the blend of the white tea, the black tea, the grapefruit. It's just so refreshing and so freaking pretty. Something about, I think it's the white tea in this that gives it sort of like an airy quality. I loved how my apartment smelled when I came home from work. This was still blasting, and I had kept this in the kitchen, but I did change out the warmers that evening, I think. I can't remember. And this has only been a week. I would still, if you like tea, I would give this a try if she offers it again, because that was amazing. And I plan on using the rest of this summer, so loved that. And another one from Teddy Bees. I worked on a little bit here. Probably about 3 notches worth in my bedroom of Sweet Halloween. This is a nighttime melt. So we have candy corn, vanilla cupcakes, and sweet vanilla frosting. I like vanilla scents in my bedroom, especially bakery. I do like this. I don't recommend putting it in the tea light because it gets a weird plasticky popcorn scent, but on cold and in regular bulb or element warmers, that was not the case for me. This is super yummy. I really do like the candy corn and the cupcakes in this, and I really feel like this would be, I will probably end up finishing this up before even Halloween, so just because it's a vanilla bakery, not specifically just Halloween. I mean, would I just keep it just for the Halloween for the heck of it? Maybe, I don't know. But I enjoyed that, so that was in my bedroom. And then also, I melted some of my loaf here that I have in wild berry mousse, zucchini bread, sugar cookie royale, and rich buttercream. I put this in one day before I went to work, and it was still throwing here in the living room. Oh my goodness. A wild berry mousse and zucchini bread play very well together because that wild berry mousse is super, super sweet. Along with that sugar cookie royale and that buttercream, this was decadent berry goodness. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm very pleased with how that turned out, and I did pour this last June, so this had plenty of time to cure, and it worked great out here. Okay, on to the Empties cotton balls. Finished up another bag. I have 3 here from I have 3 here from Lavender and Speckles. I do believe. Yes. 3 here from Lavender and Speckles, all from the February pre-order. So the first one I want to talk about here, All Fools Fall in Love. Oh my gosh. I've been craving warm bakery. So I melted this clam out here in the living room, and you have spiced oat milk, sweet pumpkin puree, bake sale, which is pie crust, vanilla buttercream, and donut shop. This was chef's kiss. This was absolutely beautiful. Just enough spice in that spiced oat milk and the pumpkin. I'm not sure if the pumpkin puree had any spice, but that spiced oat milk was just right. I was melting this in pumpkin tiramisu in my bedroom the same day. I don't know what it is, but this was absolutely beautiful. So while this was going out in my living room, the night before I had put in pumpkin tiramisu, and I used the whole clam in my bedroom. I didn't need to, but I did. I put 4 cubes in the crock and 2 cubes each in each of my bedroom warmers. This is a club bar for me. This is so pretty. This definitely has a little spice, but you definitely get like the warm cookie creaminess. I have 4 of these in my stash. 5. I had 5. This is my one. So that, while that was going the last night, and this carried over to the next day, I'd put this in the living room. So this was absolutely beautiful. Beth said she will be bringing this back for the fall, and I can't wait because I want to get a big bag. Well, maybe at least 2 clams. Yeah, my fall stash is absolutely ridiculous, so I can't buy all the fall things, but loved that. Would definitely recommend. Another one that I melted in my bedroom, I melted Sophisticated Strawberry. This smells completely different than it does on cold. So you have Sophisticated, which is Angel's Share type, white tea and thyme, and sweet strawberry. Something about the magic of the Angel's Share and that white tea and thyme just gave this strawberry, which is a beautiful, bold, fresh strawberry, some bouginess, I was calling it a fancy strawberry on my Instagram post. This went for 2 days in my bedroom. I'm so glad I have another clam of this. This was amazing. In summer, Beth had worked on this blend, and I would recommend it if you like strawberry, but you want to take it up a notch. Sophisticated strawberry. Bomb. Ooh, and another doozy. This I melted out here in the living room. This is from my Earl Grey sampler. This is Earl Grey and cashmere apple. So you have Earl Grey tea, cashmere, and red delicious apple. This is a beast of a performer. This Earl Grey is very authentic smelling. You definitely get the bergamot in this. Like, this is a banger. There's it's so strong. What's interesting to me is that there are so many different Earl Grey tea scented oils out there. This has no creaminess to it. This is like the straight up authentic cup of Earl Grey tea. But I don't get any of the tea leaves. I get mostly the bergamot. Maybe some of the tea is underneath that layer. And when I broke it to put in my warmers, I could smell the apple. I really didn't pick up on the cashmere at all. So this is apple and Earl Grey. But this was pretty strong out the gate. Knock your socks off. Do not recommend putting a whole clam in your living room. If you have like I would say anywhere from like 300 to 400 square feet in your living room, you may be able to be scented with half a clam. So, or if you do melt it, use your electric warmers and don't put it in your tea lights, because I think the tea lights are what knocked it out to, like, you could smell this outside. I put 2 cubes in my 2 tea lights. So if you're looking for a super strong performer, give Beth's wax a try from Lavender Speckles. That one was really good. Okay, I have 3 retails here. I melted my bar of frosted lemon bars from Better Homes and Gardens. This says lemon, sugar cookie, frosting, vanilla, and buttercream. This is a really good lemon. This is a very creamy, decadent lemon. This was a banger. In here, I utilized Scentsy warmers as well as my crock for like 2 cubes of this, and this was a beautiful thrower. So I would get that again if the craving for lemon struck and I had nothing in my stash. I would hit a Walmart. This I have several of, and I freaking love it. This is a frosted sugar cookie. This is like a buttercream cookie. Sweet. I think this has cotton candy and then strawberry. Like like a strawberry frosting. Absolute showstopper of a scent. And actually the strawberries and cream scent that it came out from Scentsy is very similar to this, but this lasts 24 hours out here in this area with the air conditioning or heat or the fan blowing. So if you're looking for a retail version, $2.22 at Walmart. Also, if you're looking for a retail beach nights, I picked this up based on Susan Fitzpatrick's review of this scent. This is Warm and Welcome from Goose Creek. I think there's set notes in here, but it doesn't match with what I picked up. This is vanilla cashmere, marshmallow creme, vanilla orchid, white mocha, and creamy woods. This is definitely like a beach nights vibe scent, and this actually worked very well for me in my bedroom. I put 2 cubes in my crock and 2 triangle pieces in each of my warmers, and this went for 2 days in my bedroom as well. I love this. I mean, it works. It worked through well for me, so I'm very pleased with how that turned out. I was worried that it wasn't going to work, but it really did for me, so very happy about that. I think those are like 3 and some change at Walmart. Okay, we have a few more things here. the pumpkin tiramisu bars. The only one I melted of Scentsy. And I had 2 testers in here, so we'll hit on that later. Y'all, I finished up my tub of replica. I've melted this in my bedroom and melted this out here in the living room. This is strawberry pound cake, beach treats, cashmere cream, and sweet vanilla cream cake. This is a stunning blend, and it works so well for me in my Scentsy warmers. I love this. This is creamy, a little bit musky from that cashmere cream. And then as it goes on in like the melting, you get more of the vanilla cream. But something about strawberry pound cake and beach nights together become a new scent, as well as adding in that cashmere cream. I would definitely get this again. This was absolutely beautiful, and this was poured of July of last year. So this was, I'm proud of myself for finishing a tub, and I'm not hoarding. So good job for me. And that's it for, I'm literally going into order. So for my recent Swanky order, I melted this souffle cup of pink fireside cream cake and cotton candy. I got this in 6, I think, either 6 or 8. I don't remember how I did this, but I melted this in my tea lights and as well as my Scentsy warmers, and this was beautiful. This performed way better than I could have imagined. You get the pink sugar, you get the cotton candy, and the fireside cream cake was so good. This was an evening melt for me. But this was so pretty. Pink sugar, marshmallow fireside, bakery, and cotton candy. You can't go wrong with this. Unless you just don't like pink sugar or marshmallow fireside. Then you're SOL. I'm glad I have another one of these because this was beautiful. And this is the clam that started the whole warm bakery obsession this week, as I melted my clam here of spiced oat milk and cookies from Second and Spruce. You have spiced oat milk, house blend of sugar cookies, sweet cinnamon cream drizzle. Beast of a performer, absolutely yummy. I love the spiced oat milk in here with her sugar cookies. I don't know if she also threw in her regular milk and cookies, but this was such a nice variation. Such a banger. I took 2 cubes and cut those in half, one each of my 2 element warmers. That's one here on my desk, my aloe warmer, and then split a cube for my tea lights, and then the rest went in my warmers out here in the living room. I scored a mini loaf and a D-sash. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Okay, we're going to talk about the bags, then wrap up with the Scentsy that I finished, and that's it. So, melted one of my tiles here of Lemonicious from Dessa's Homespun Scents. This is beautiful. You have lemon cheesecake, lemon sugar cookies, lemon cream puffs, and lemon buttercream house blend. This was so frigging yummy. Perfect for spring and summer. The creamy lemon, I got no cleaner vibes from this. This was a stunner, and I would get that again, and I still have one more tile. In my bathroom, I melted at 2 separate occasions this Spellbound scents from Nikki's Wax Diary. She's the owner and crafter for Spellbound scents and banana guts, and I got this from Cindy in part of my friend mail. This is a beautiful banana scent. Like, it's kind of runty, but also like a super just turned yellow banana. I'm here for it. This was beautiful. This was so good, but I did melt this in my bathroom because I didn't have very much to scent a whole space. So this was great in my bathroom. Enjoyed that. 2 more from friend mail from Cindy, and these are both from I Heart Wax, and I need all of these. I need all of the things that Audra makes. Everything. I Heart Wax and Christmas tree cookies. Melted this in my kitchen. This reminded me of like Christmas tree cakes, and this was just one shape. Loved Loved how that did. That was in there for a whole day. Worked very well. This was in for 1.5 days in Squeaky's Blueberry Cobbler, which is yellow cake and blueberry cobbler. So Squeaky is one of Cindy's cats, so I guess this was one of her customs. This is either three cookies or 3 macarons. I love blueberry cobbler mixed with this yellow cake. This was so good. Like, I could smell this at like the doorway of my kitchen, which is just right around. It's in that far corner back there. I loved this. I would get blueberry from Audra. That was bomb. Loved it. Like I said, 1.5 days, which is like a whole 24 hours and a half. So loved it. 36 hours. Yeah. Finished up my brittle hair from Sassy Girl Aroma in Montego Bay. This is such a beast of a performer. This is Blackberry Beach Night and Marshmallow. I'm so glad I have another brittle of this, which is what prompted me into melting this. I love the combination of the blackberry and the beach nights. And each time I would melt a square in each of my warmers. 1 square in my 2 tea lights, and then 6 out here with my rest of my warmers. Beautiful. Yesterday before work, and while I was enjoying my coffee, it paired very well with my German dark roast, is from Noel's Farm Scents in the scent red, which is pistachio pudding cake, zucchini bread, and birthday cake. I mean, you can't go wrong with those 3 oils. This lasted, this was not still going when I came home from work yesterday, which I didn't leave. It's about 6:30, and I was supposed to be off at 4, so that was fun. But it was strong out the gate, and I'm sure it's bakery, so bakery's not always gonna last a whole day, but this was so good. And I've finished up. This is my last Noel's Farm scent, so I guess that gives me permission to place an order, right? So very much enjoyed that. Okay, and then we'll go on to Scentsy. 2 separate occasions. I melted my tester here of Kukui and Coconut. This is a very pretty body care coconut scent, which is retired. It does kind of give me like a nod to Boom Boom, but sweeter and creamier. This lasted for 2 days in the bathroom and loved that. And in my bathroom currently is Evening Sky. I have yet to buy a bar of this. This is very pretty. This also is creamy, but a little musky. A little hint of florals. I want to say Martha said that this was like the feminine version of Dashing. Or was that Wildflower Cotton from the Mother's Day collection? I don't know. But I like this. So I'm definitely interested in getting a bar of that. And then many moons ago, we used to have Fragrance Mists, which is a body spray. And I finished up mine here at Prickly Pear and Agave. Loved this. This doesn't have the scent notes on it, I don't think. It's just a very green, fruity, fresh type of scent. This did great. I just realized there's an iguana on there. Look at that lizard. And we have succulents. Out like agave here. Turtle. Anyway. Things you don't ever pay attention to. I want to say 4 years ago is when I got this. Maybe 5. I still have Make a Splash. I know I have like one or 2 more that I can think off the top of my head. It's either 2 or 3 more of the body sprays. But this lingered on my skin all day long. I freaking love it. I wish we still had the fragrance mist, but it was. I'm glad I knocked out a body care item. Okay, and then I have 3 here that I poured. I'm working on like a lavender, house blend lavender, and a strawberry bakery combination. And this is the first version, so this is strawberry jello poke cake, house blend sweet lavender yellow cake, and buttercream. And I melted this out here in the living room. The strawberry jello poke cake from the specific supplier. It gives me strawberry pound cake vibes. But this is actually more buttery with that yellow cake and buttercream. I mean, it's not my favorite, but it does work. And I do like the lavenders. This is 3 lavenders mixed together, and one of them is coconut milk and lavender, which is one of my favorite oils ever. Yum. So I melted that out here in the living room. In my bedroom, I had like this little Brita's size souffle. This is Lost Cherry, vanilla cookies, cashmere cedar, and cotton candy. I love this. It's heavier on the Lost Cherry, but that cashmere cedar changes things for me. And like I wanted to make like kind of like a bougie cookie scent. But to be honest, I didn't get much of the vanilla cookies. I got the Lost Cherry, the cashmere cedar, and then sweetness from that cotton candy. So loved that. That worked well in my bedroom. And then I finished up a souffle here that I had poured of 2 oils mixed together in the kitchen. So we have raspberry cream cake and raspberry custard tart. I love these 2 oils. These do not lean floral to me, but this is a beautiful raspberry creamy tart bakery scent. I like raspberry cream cake and raspberry custard tart. They're both really great performers, and I would love to see those. Maybe I need to get some more of those. I have a list of oils I want to get mile long. We won't talk about it. It's about as bad as my wax collection, okay? But that is everything that I have enjoyed this week. Standouts for me would be Spill the Tea from Second and Spruce, Easter Parade, All Fools in Love from Lavender and Speckles, Sophisticated Strawberry also from Lavender and Speckles, Spiced Oatmeal Cookies, Bomb Bomb Bomb, and the Squeakies Blueberry Cobbler from I Heart Wax. Replica also from Teddy Bees. Loved it so much, I melted it twice. Once in my bedroom and finished this tub out here in the living room. Yeah, this is so good. Love this. Okay, that is everything. I hope you guys are well. Thanks so much for spending some time with me on your busy, busy day. This is also Holy Week, so happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day to all of you who believe. I love this. I love this weekend. The only problem is I do not get to be off work, so I will be celebrating in my mind and my heart at work on Sunday, as well tomorrow, which is Good Friday. And that's it. So I'm frustrated with my job, but I'm thankful because it's income. So I'm just jabbering on. I hope the hair wasn't too much of a shock. It really isn't that big of a difference, but the fact that you can see how red my scalp is, this should be interesting to see in the sunlight. And I feel like my glasses pair with it very well, but the rest of it is pretty much the same color, just a different shade. I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Enjoy all the things. And isn't my mug so cute? Alright, gotta finish my coffee. And maybe eat something, because I haven't done that yet today. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.